So I'm sitting in my room and I can't sleep. Time zones, right? I'm doing a film in Fiji and it's a dream come true because it's such a beautiful location and an interesting dynamic. I guess I want to talk to actors about acting and what it's all about and just the layers of this industry and what to expect. Because I think that's a big one, and personally I wish that I knew more about that when I started out as an actor, and hopefully that helps you guys to some degree. I was just watching a thing from Greg Apps, he's a casting director, about being free as the character, and I love some of the stuff that he's saying. I love a lot of what everyone in the industry is saying. There's so many acting schools out there, there's so many techniques, and they have wonderful things to say. I want to try and simplify some of it though, or maybe just talk to you from an actor's point of view, because a lot of the advice that we get as actors, it comes from people that aren't actors, which is really bizarre, I think. I was reading an article the other day from a really, really huge, I guess you could say an acting thing, website, blog, and they were telling you how to learn lines, and you'll notice that most places don't tell you how to learn lines because no one has the foggiest idea on how to do it. But what they did say was, halfway through the article is like, well, this is what you do, but just so you know, I wouldn't know because I'm a producer. Yeah, it's bizarre. There's so much advice. So quite often I have actors and they're really caught up in their own heads. And the problem is they're just listening to too many voices. Is there a solution? Not really. Maybe just, listen to all the voices and then find your own voice. Learn all the rules and then break them. I feel as though I've broken a lot of the rules, and I've always been someone who's pushed against authority and how it should be done. And that doesn't help, by the way. It slows down your progress at times. You've got to play the game. I didn't. So my advice, take it for the bits that you appreciate or understand. I will say this. When it comes to acting, what I've learned, I think the evolution of being an actor is that don't hold on to acting so much that it's going to give you this joyous feeling. Acting is a job like any other job, but it's a lovely job. It's the job itself is kind of lonely. I'm acting with an actress in this film, and she's done stacks of stuff. And we had a bit of a chat, and she's like, I've just finished shooting. I'm going to go back to my room and kind of hang out. It's, we're all going to bed early. It's kind of a lonely existence. I've been really fortunate lately. I've done 3 films basically back to back, and there's a lot of time by yourself. You're in paradise quite often, and it's kind of lonely. And in that time, I guess you reflect and you ponder life. But for an actor, we're so caught up we get into acting because of the outcome. And I want to put that into a little container and say, well, that's love and respect. You got into acting because you wanted love and respect. And I'm not sure that that's the right reason to get into acting. I want you to think of acting like this. It's a study of humans, of relationships, of storytelling, of collaboration, of teamwork. And the truth is, the actor, in my opinion, of course, plays a very small part in a production. It was written years ago. Someone had to raise money for it. A production company had to invest time and money and effort in finding people to make a film. And if you think of a pyramid, it's like the actor is the last little bit on the top of the pyramid. And we tend to get a lot more of, I guess, the kudos, the respect. It's like, oh, your film. And it's just not. The film doesn't happen without the people that pay for it. It doesn't happen without the people who cast it. or the director, or the DOP. DOP is a really important job. That's director of production. Oh, jeez. He's the camera guy. He's working out the lighting. Very important job. But there's all these jobs, and without them, the film doesn't happen. I did a film a few years back, and I watched it, and I was like, yeah, it's not bad. And then a sound guy came in and put footsteps in, and noises and grunts, and it changed the film. You know, sound is such a big deal. Music is such a big deal. Editing is where films are made, you know, because as an actor, you want every take to be different. And so the editing is a really crucial part. I know I've done stuff before and I've gone, I suck in that. But I know it's because they chose a certain take, or they didn't get enough takes, because it's always such a rush. My camera's flashing there. I don't know what that means, but I want to wrap it up with this. As an actor, be patient. Decide why you're really doing it, and don't use fame and respecting and loving yourself more as the reason. That's got to come first, and then the acting will come. I think a lot of actors, they get into acting because they want love and respect, but if you can learn to love and respect yourself first, you'll save a lot of time. You'll be more authentic as well, so you'll book. My camera stopped flashing, so I think I'll keep talking. I love my lighting right now. It's very sci-fi, isn't it? I would love to talk to actors about this journey. It's an interesting word, isn't it? But this journey of being an actor. I see actors wasting years of time, thousands of bucks, learning stuff, and then you hear casting directors like Greg Apps and actors like myself sort of saying, well, it's not really how the real industry works. And that's super important to know, guys. And the reminder here is that the only job I know of on earth that is taught to us by people who don't actually do it is acting. And, you know, there's lots of techniques out there and there's lots of opinions. But if we want to look at where to start, it's this idea of understanding yourself. So I'm going to call this foundation. And I'm going to do a different video of it, but you've truly got to understand your foundation and the roles that you play, and accept it and give it a hug, warts and all, so to speak. It's very important. I'm going to give you some exercises, but for now I'm going to say good evening and good night. I've got to get up early and shoot. I like to get up earlier before I shoot, a few hours before, but to do my hour of power, and that's to get me into state. I just want to show you that. It's really simple exercises. I've stolen it from really great people, and it's just to help actors get in the game. That's all. End of rant. Have a great night. Cheers. From Fiji, with love, from Paul O'Brien Acting.